there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Cody Rhodes clears the air on his AEW departure.
AEW's original plans for CM Punk following All Out have been revealed.
Shockingly, Karl Anderson is out of New Japan's 5th of November event.
And the latest on WWE opening the scary Forbidden Door. I'm Adam Wilborn, clearly dressed here as Nexter for Halloween.
Good, yeah. And I'm Andy Murray, dressed as the famous Halloween Stabber Cat.
Stabber Cat, that's
Stabber
it.
Cat.
And this, in a spooky location,
Yeah.
definitely not just where the Gaming Lads film their news, is the news.
Yep, spooky.
Oh, hang on, let's make it super
news.
scary.
Alright, okay. Wow, alright, that sounds
the
like...
scariest sound of all. Stomach
sounds-
problems.
We are having a hell of a morning today. Thank you to Mark Lee Willis for our background today. We got
Legend.
Uncle Howdy / Woody from Toy Story here. It's good stuff. We did put out a call saying, hey, send us some stuff. But the problem was we gave you about 4 different hashtags for that. So I didn't know where to look this morning. But we did get this from Mark. So shout outs to Mark. Right, I'm taking this off my head to start because...
In a roast.
Oh! Well.
Hang on, let's make it
There we
super
go.
scary.
Whoa! Okay, this is a disaster already. Let's keep it rolling,
throw.
though, baby. We're not doing a retake. Cody Rhodes, right? He's cleared the air on his AEW departure. By that I mean he has said it had nothing to do with CM Punk or the Elite. He was tweeting over the weekend. There was somebody who tweeted out like a picture of him in the box standing over the arena and Kenny Omega, all of that stuff. You've seen that photo before. And then somebody in a tweet that they've hidden, very wise by the way, hiding the tweet when someone big replies to you saves you a lot of notification headaches. But Cody replied to that saying, I didn't leave AEW because of the Bucks / Kenny. I'm forever bonded to those men over what we created, and I remain very proud of it. And I didn't leave because of issues with Punk. We get along. Not money, not booking, just a personal issue and my wanting to go for the big one. So good of Cody to clear this up. I think when the backstage kerfuffle kicked up in AEW with Punk and the Elite and all of that stuff, very easy for silly sausages on social media to go, what about this guy? What about this guy? Did he have problems too? What about... Connecting the dots. Cody says no. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't greatly surprised by this, but it is also, yes, very per the internet to say this is the real reason we've been guilty of ourselves that this happened. But I think generally a lot of people assumed that was the case. Cody's looking out for Cody, and that's fair enough. And I think, well, certainly the decision appears to have worked out pretty well for him.
He's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not done bad. One of the protagonists of 2022 pro wrestling. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's not even over yet. Still got 2 months of this mad bollocks.
Gonna happen nothing ever happens in December in wrestling, so that means this year something crazy is gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Santa's gonna stab Stephanie McMahon with a candy cane or something. I don't know. Hopefully not. That's violent.
But speaking of CM Punk,
what a disaster this is. Let's go.
Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer has provided a bit of an update on what AEW's original plans were for Punk prior to Brawl Out, as it is now known, of course. He initially left All Out, of course, as the world champion, and according to Meltzer, he was set to feud with longtime rival MJF for the world title. No great surprise there, of course, Andy. You forget, or at least I do, because all I think about when I think about that event is, of course, the events of backstage, that, kind of a major return for MJF at that show, the chip and the world title. So he's fighting Moxley now, of course, at full gear, but the original plan was to renew the rivalry, dog collar match, MJF soundly defeating CM Punk on numerous occasions, for them to feud over the world title, MJF versus CM Punk, until, well, we all know what happened.
Yes, of course. So it seems very much like the original plan, not a whole lot of change, just kind of substituting Moxley in for Punk. Instead of Moxley going on holiday, he has to come in and save the day and be the world champion.
I do hope he gets a holiday now.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope he gets to go
Although
fishing.
now Renee's working, isn't she?
Yeah, what's going on? Who's taking the holiday, man?
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, take that off, man. Try and throw it on the camera like I did. I bet you can't do it.
Better.
I mean, I have an advantage because that was a cat hat. Oh, okay, right. I'm not going to throw the
I'm
knife
going to change
at
my
it just in
costume.
case.
Ready?
What's going on?
Here we go.
I'm not a Halloween guy. Can you?
Sister Abigail.
Oh,
There we go.
right, okay, good.
Next story.
We should have got a pumpkin. I could have been the demon. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that would have been good. Punk versus MJF was the best feud of the year, IMO, so that would have been
And
good.
MJF won the feud, of course.
He did, yeah, absolutely. Punk, that was a horse. All right, I hope that comes through on the microphone. Karl Anderson, he's out.
Let me get my shocked face on for this.
Yeah, he's out of that New Japan show. So you know the score. Him and Gallows returned to WWE. Anderson was still the Never Openweight champion, which reported afterwards that they were still going to work their remaining New Japan commitments through the 4th of January for Wrestle Kingdom. New Japan announced him for a show on the 5th of November. A week later, WWE announced him for Crown Jewel, which is on the 5th of November. Impossible to travel from Osaka, Japan to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in that timescale.
I thought Hulk Hogan did that, because didn't he wrestle 400 days in a year or something?
Man, like Hulk Hogan used
Time
to
travel.
He was Doctor Who, Doctor Hoogan. But yeah, he's out now. New Japan have confirmed it. They said basically that they tried to reach out to Anderson to negotiate for the 5th of November show, but they got no response. So that match is off. He was supposed to defend his Never Openweight title against Hikuleo, but that's over. Now, I mean, this whole thing's a work. If you haven't,
I was going to say it's a work, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 100%. Like, I hate to be the guy who goes, it's a work about every single thing, but this is a legit work.
I built an entire business around
there
that,
you
brother.
go. This is a shoot work. Shoot work. Because the Flagship Wrestling podcast reported a few weeks ago that when they re-signed with WWE, Gallows and Anderson said, hey, New Japan, we are booked for these dates, including the 5th of November. New Japan announced that match anyway. It was reported at the time that somebody, might have been Anderson, might not have been, said, hey, announce the match anyway and we'll make an angle of it. So here we are. The whole thing's a work. If you're getting worked by it still, and if you're still like going, how could I do this? That's good, because it means it's worked.
Well, yes, exactly. And segging nicely into my story, of course, WWE has now opened the forbidden door, which suddenly I feel a lot better about. Didn't feel good about it a few months back. Now all of a sudden as an idiot, I think this is the greatest thing in wrestling. So yes, Pro Wrestling Noah, you may have seen over the weekend, announced Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Great Muta for their New Year's show on the 1st of January. This is part of his retirement tour, of course. That's the first time they've gone one-on-one since October 2008. And whether or not this means that we're going to see more of this kind of thing, obviously, as you mentioned there was clearly some sort of discussion involving Bright Lights, Karl Anderson, and New Japan and WWE with the whole, you're not going to do it, I'm not going to defend it sort of thing. Meltzer, in the latest Figure 4 Online Wrestling Observer daily update, says that the situation shows a change in WWE. Whether or not that is a sign of things to come is still a bit unclear. But yes, it's promising signs, I think it's fair to say, as I mentioned. Who's Muta fighting as part of it right time? Is he fighting Sting?
No, he's teaming with Sting.
That's
the
one.
final bye-bye show on the 23rd. So interesting that he's going to wrestle a dude from WWE on the 1st of January, and then 3 weeks later he's going to team with Nate. That's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting.
More of this sort of thing.
To me, this just kind of shows the enormity of the Muta retirement in Japan more than anything else. I'm not necessarily sure it means we're going to see Katsuhiko Nakajima show up in the Performance Center or anything like that. But man, I'm very wary of WWE playing with others, right? I was there for WCW dying. I was there for the British indie scene dying, although there were other reasons for that as well, but primarily WWE. I've been there for all of these things. I watched Evolve get kind of absorbed by WWE and then not become a thing anymore. I wasn't there at the time, but I've read extensively about how Vince McMahon killed the territories years and years ago. So WWE working well with others they don't do it. They They run them out of business and take their talent, because it's capitalism, man. It's just how it works. It's bad for the wrestling business, if you ask me. However, if it's something as simple as a wrestler going, hey, I would like to work this date for this company, and WWE go, yes, that's fine, without going, but we're going to control this, this, and this, and we want a stake in this and that and that. That's good. That's good. Let them be actual independent contractors. Let them live up to that without going, actually, you're employees, but we're not going to give you the benefits of being an employee, and we're going to control everything. So,
yes, I think hopefully, this is a sign of the new regime changing the culture within WWE, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, questions.
Spooky questions.
Spooky questions.
Whoa.
Got this knife, so you know I'm spooky.
Uncle Howdy.
Sister Abigail versus Uncle Howdy, book it now. I'm a big Halloween guy, as you all know.
We love the spoopiness here at WhatCulture.
You said spooky, I'm going to have to kill you now, man. Here we go. Cut you up.
Oh no!
Cut you up with a linoleum knife. Wrestling with the Wicked has been on.
This is really annoying.
And wants to know, simply, who is the spookiest wrestler ever? Don't say the effing Fiend. Well, I mean, the answer is the effing Fiend.
Yeah, it's the Fiend.
But it's a given, so you have to move away from from that, who's the spookiest wrestler ever?
Love the Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman. I was going to say the Boogeyman because eating worms is gross.
Is he going to show up on Raw tonight?
Oh my! Yes.
I know he was doing. I saw him doing
100.
some stuff within WWE,
Yeah.
presumably for maybe their socials today, but it's an open goal.
Who's he gonna worm? Probably Austin Theory.
Oh yeah,
He's the guy you would worm. If you could worm anyone, it'd be Austin
That's
Theory.
good. I'm going to remember that. We'll talk more about that on the Raw preview podcast, What Culture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from, a little bit later on today. But yeah, it's the Boogeyman. He eats worms and he smashes clocks. What more do you want?
Speaking of the Boogeyman, watched Nightmare Before Christmas last night.
Did you?
Oogie Boogie, he's no good.
Yeah.
He's absolutely no good. Also,
What about him versus the Fiend?
oh my
in Saudi
goodness,
Arabia.
put him down that little Santa chute that he goes boop. That'd be good stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be good stuff.
The creepy girl is the
Shouts to Gangrel and Mordecai.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Boogeyman,
Mordecai.
Speaking of the Boogeyman, he's actually been on again.
Oh!
Oogie Boogeyman's been on. The guy from Nightmare Before Christmas, obviously. You are the newest wrestler with an Italian/spooky gimmick. The Gabagool!
Ooh!
Hey! Mikey Palmiste from The Sopranos, but make it spooky. Best character, and they killed him in season 1. What?
Spoilers, no spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler on a 20-year-old TV show. Let's go. Let's go! Actually, the Boogeyman's question is, what's your spooky entrance music?
Ooh.
I like that one that goes, da 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 da, skeletons, da 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 da. It's the flippin' skeletons. They are effing pricks.
I like
that one. That's mine.
I think they were called the All Stars with a song called Things That Go Bump in the Night.
Oh,
It was
there
a
you
kids'
go.
TV show, and it is a certified banger.
Plenty of other options.
But I would actually go for any theme that Phil has fiended recently on the WrestleCulture podcast. I'm in a bit of a shill for the podcast today. On Friday he did a load of slowed down themes, and I can't. I mean, he's fiended the Fiend theme, which is obviously the best. But I think he did The Godfather, and that is simultaneously funky and terrifying at the same time.
Absolutely weird. There's
Wow, 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 wow.
It's like the sexy Fiend. All right, there you go. I got some options.
Go on.
There's lots of classics like the Monster Munch. That's one. That's one for sure. Halloween by the Misfits, by the AFI version. That's mine. Because it's better than the original. Take that.
Oh.
Michael Graves, even though you didn't, shut up. Weird guys. There's weird guys in the Misfits, man.
Is there?
Yeah, different vocalists. I got it mixed up. Daniel Griefson is on and goes, how would you create the perfect spooky wrestler using features from other wrestlers?
Okay.
Such as Abaddon's entrance, Malachi Black's moveset, Mankind's promo skills. Let's go back and forth until we create our spooky wrestler Hall of Fame.
I do like Aleister Black's.
So we go for that entrance.
Yeah, that rising up.
Alright. I'm going for the size of the Yeti!
Yeah, size of the Yeti.
Large guy, big boy. On the roof.
Voice of Keith Lee, obviously.
The voice of Keith Lee. I like Keith Lee's voice is quite soothing and nice, actually.
Yeah, but you've got to slow it.
Alright. Put it through. Alright.
Indubitably.
So if we're going with Keith Lee's voice, right? My next aspect of it is using that thing that Kane did when he went, suck it.
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
And this is the scariest voice of all. The promo, but so that, with the promo ability of the best promo in the game, Dominic Mysterio.
There you go. Jeez. What?
Moveset, whose moveset are we having?
Well, before that, I'm going to go for the face paint of Brody King when he wore the black metal corpse paint.
Yes.
And fight Darby Allin. He was bleeding in a minute. That was great. Moveset. Every time. That's a tough one, man.
I love the fact that for a while the Fiend thing was snap your neck.
Yeah.
Like, that kills the guy.
Yeah.
That's the end of the match.
I've broken his neck, and yet he kicked out.
He never won in a match, did it?
Yeah.
It was a transitional move.
Moveset could be like the Great Khali because it was a horror show in more ways than one.
Do you remember when he just squashed Rey Mysterio's head and everyone was just kind of, and he was like spitting up blood?
Yeah, it was just totally normal, wasn't
Khali,
it?
that's a
broke
great
his skull. Are we done? Do we need anything else?
Posers.
Poses. Nikki Bella. Imagine the Yeti doing the Nikki Bella thing in corpse paint. That's what we've made. What have we created?
A
monster. That's it, man. We're done.
No, we're not done quite yet because
there's
I
now
was searching on
finally.
the hashtag WWE Halloween hashtag to find us the best costume. And it's a great costume. It's one we will obviously appreciate.
All right.
But I just like the thing that went with it. So shout out to Turt79 on Twitter who sent this to WWE earlier on today, right? Obviously, it's a homemade Fiend.
It's the Fiend, yes,
Right,
very
naturally.
good. It's quite good, actually.
But the best thing that goes with it, the caption, my homemade Fiend costume taught physics all day. Imagine going into school and the fucking Fiend's there.
Jesus.
Teaching physics.
What have you done?
So I hope you have a very spooky... It's a train. What's that?
What?
It's like someone banging on the door.
Yeah, it's like a spooky guy.
Try again.
That's a horse. No, it's a door. Alright.
Come on, one more.
Alright, so he banged on the door, now he's opened the door. What's behind the door? A dog. It's a dog. It's a dog.
It's Barry. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comment section below. And tell us about your spooky costumes on Twitter at WhatCulture.
This knife's got blood on it, and no one has said
That's
a word
shoot
about
blood
that.
as well.
That's
At
shoot
WhatCulture WWE on Twitter. Well, actually, you can follow both of us. Follow Andy Murray at.
You can follow me at Andy H. Murray, although I wouldn't if I was you. The H stands for Halloween, yes.
You can follow me at Adam Wilborn.
You going out trick or treating, my friend? No. Why not? Is it because you're 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do pumpkin carving either because I don't have children. So.
Crash Bandicoot here. Actually, that's the gaming team stuff. Let's not mess with it. Let's not blow up their spot.
Oh, I love Spider-Man.
A
Where he shoots web out of his ass.
Yeah, he's not even a real spider if he doesn't shoot web out his ass.
If you're a gamer, you're a nerd.
Miles Morales.
Wrestling's cool,
that
guys.
was a good game. I like that game. Wrestling's much cooler.
At Adam Wilborn for me on Twitter. The B in Wilborn stands for boo. That scared you.
Yep, alright.
It's a spooky day.
This is the worst best video we've ever done. See what happens when you take us out of our room and put us in this place. Sonic the Hedgehog's standing over there.
Yeah.
You got
what's the
Cloud from Destiny Warriors.
Who else? What other computer games are there?
Solid-
Space Invaders.
Solid Snack. Yeah.
Solid
Tetris.
Snack.
Tetris. We got
Spooky Tetris
They're gonna-
today, though.
they're gonna kick our
all squares, because that's the scariest shape of all.
We gotta get out of here, man.
At
They're gonna kill us.
WhatCulture WWE, WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from. More spooky stuff on the podcast today, if you like it.
Sure.
Thanks again to Mark Lee Willis. This great stuff as always. We'll be back to normal if you
Spooky
dare.
effing skeletons.
If you dare
Effing
tomorrow.
spooky guys.
Thanks for watching. Apologies in advance to our editor Adam Nicholas, and we will see you soon. Woo!